Hi guys, so I'm finally getting to do a video on the February 29-day journal since there's only 29 days this month. So I wanted to show you what I started really quick, and I've got a really unique binding method that I'm going to use on this, but I have to wait until I've got all the pages done before I could bind it. So I'll show you a binding tutorial when I'm done, but for now all I did was I punched 2 holes using my 7 Gypsies bindery punch, which has bling all over it and it's fallen off, but anyway. So I'm going to show you all the pages really quick. And these are not in order, so just bear with me. You don't have to use any of the pages in order. I know I named them like day 1, day 17, stuff like that, but you don't have to use them in order because there's no numbers on these pages. So here is the cover, which I'm going to eventually cover in Claudine Helmuth Matte Multi-Medium, and that's what gives it that really nice shine. Well, it's not really shiny because it is matte, but it does have a little bit of a smooth texture to it. So here's this page. Lots of butterflies in this month's journal. I did something a little different, and I kind of kept a theme when making this journal, unlike last month. And then next month, I kind of have some color inspiration. I'm going to do something a little bit more grungy. So that's going to be fun. And there's this one. It's a bunch of mailings and postcards. And it has that little tag that slides out of it. So these are pretty self-explanatory. If you download a page and there's a line in the middle of the page or at the top of the page, that's where you're going to make your pocket for your insert. So I'm pretty sure you guys know how to make your pockets by now. But if you don't, on my January 31 day journal, I do a few tutorial videos. And I am going to show you how to put together the Valentines page too. So lots of fun pockets and inserts. And these are all easy to use because you just fold them in half and glue them together to make them double-sided. Here's the envelope page with the insert. Pretty fun. Still have to ink all that. And there's the back, journaling. There's another insert here. Oh, baby's not going to let me finish this video, I don't think. Some journaling there. Here's another pocket page. This one's probably my favorite one. I love it. I love roses and butterflies. I love everything. Oh, I like this page too. This one's really simple, but I really love it. Here's another envelope. I'm going to make a closure on this envelope like I did on last month's because I love the little spin closures. There's that one, cute little dress form. This one's got a cute little pocket with a tag in it. Pretty fun. I like lots of pockets. And this one, because my binder punches the holes in too deep, I had to put the insert in there as a page. But this is a pocket, so maybe I'll put like a letter in there or pictures or something like that. But this goes inside the pocket. And there's this one. Some nice taupes and grays on that one. Little birdie cage. Journaling on the back, and here's a little undersized page. Here's what the back looks like on that one. And the back there. And that's the back cover. So now I'm going to show you the Valentine's page one, because this one's a little tricky. So this is what the template looks like. And of course you have to cut along this line here. And then over here, it's got this mark. It says attach wheel here with a brad, because there's this fun little spinning wheel. So we're going to grab a brad. We're going to poke a hole right on that dot in the middle. Oops, I lost that brad. Grab another one really quick. See if I can just use the brad to poke through. Yep. So I've got my little brad in there, and then I'm going to poke it through the little dot on the guide. And you want to use this guide because this guide is going to leave you room on this side for binding. So it's not centered, it's a little off center. And you're going to close that up in the back. And then you also have this pocket on the other side. So close up your page. You're going to glue this side down first because you can glue that one down completely. So grab your glue. And I always put a glue line right at the seam here. So you're going to glue down the top half. That's what I'm doing right now. Be careful not to get any of this glue on your table because it will take off the finish on your table. Okay, so I'm gluing that down. That's covering up my brad there. And then on this bottom part, you're going to put some glue on the crease and you're going to make it a pocket. So just along the crease, the bottom, and then up the side. And then glue that down. Pretty easy to do. Okay, so now you have your little pocket that goes on that side, and then your fun little spinning wheel. So the idea for the spinning wheel is it's really just for fun. I know most of us are probably married or have a boyfriend, so we don't want to know if we're going to marry a lawyer or doctor, but it's got all these little faces of guys on there, and it says rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, what is that, merchant, and a chief. So what you do is it's just for fun really. You close your eyes and you put your finger on this heart part and you spin it as many times as you want, and then you stop, and then whatever this hand is pointing to, that's what you're going to marry. So I'm marrying a beggar apparently, or that's what my Valentine is going to be. So kind of fun, kind of funny. And then of course, because I didn't close my pages right, I've got that white on there. You can cut that off or you can just ink it. Most of the time, if it's just a little bit of white showing from the back of the other paper, I just ink it and then you can't even tell. So you can kind of see how it's really starting to disappear here as I'm inking. And then I ink my sides because sometimes when you fold your paper, some of that ink will rub off a little bit. So I do both sides. And I'm using walnut stain. Walnut stain matches the pre-inked edges that I print off almost perfectly, as you can see. So I just do a quick inking all the way around, and then I'll ink my tag to match. And I just do a subtle inking on this one. Next month, I think I'm not going to pre-ink any of the edges for you because I think you guys are going to want to use your own ink, and I don't want you to have to worry about matching colors. But let me know what you think either way, if I should still keep inking them or if you think you want to use your own inks. Especially if you already go in there and ink them again anyway. So once again, I'm using walnut stain, and I get a lot of questions about what kind of paper I print on, and I use cardstock. It doesn't matter what kind of cardstock you use. This is just plain white cardstock that I used on this album. Last month I used manila cardstock, and that kind of is a smoother cardstock, so it left kind of a finish on all my pages that were kind of shiny. So if you like that, you can use that. But this is just plain white cardstock that I'm using. I think it's 60 pound. You can use any cardstock you want. It's going to get thicker because most templates you end up folding in half and gluing together. Actually, I think all of them. So that's that. And then I've got some really cool tabs that you can get to, and I'll show you those in a different video because there's a special way you can cut those out to make it go quicker. So there is my cute little tag, and it goes in there like that. Then you got your little Valentine wheel on the back, and then you could write something down there. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see some of your journals. It's almost that time. I think we've only got about a week and a half left. And don't forget, I'm teaching at the Anaheim Scrapbook Expo this weekend, so if you want some more information right now or on that, or if you want to sign up for my classes, you can go to scrapbookexpo.com. Thanks guys.